Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through some of the news here. Middle East conflict is still continuing. U.S. and Iran are hitting targets back and forth. Iran uh, obviously hitting some of the U.S. Bases in the area. Russia is looking for alternative trade routes now that they're not trying to ship anything in the Sea as Azov as Ukraine keeps on impacting their movement there. Oil rises amid escalating Middle East conflict. The one part that I want to maybe just highlight here is Trump said that U.S. would impose a 20% fee on all cargo transiting the waterway, and that is definitely not going to be something that is going to get approved if the other side wanted to do that as well, right? And there was talk of that as well. Chicago soybeans and corn fall in unimproved weather. I talked about that yesterday, but or not improved weather, but improved crop conditions. The scores went up, but the weather is in focus now. This is our 7-day and 14-day forecast with heat and how much damage that's going to be, especially the key part of the growing season here. So this is Russia prepares to reroute grain exports from Sea of Azov after Ukrainian attacks. Um, Shipping in the Sea of Azov restricted since July 10th, and Russia is the world's biggest wheat exporter, so it's going to have an impact on wheat, and that's why the market has risen here a bit. So this is the conditions by the states, and you can see here the percent of each state what they grow as well. So North Dakota produces 55% of the spring wheat, and their conditions are up 6% over the 5-year period, but on a weekly basis went up by 8. So this is why the total went up by a percentage point there as well. So this is just China's progress of actual booked progress of the 25 million metric ton commitment. So they're at 4.3%. So it's not a lot. RINs from the spread, and you can see that there's some separation between the BOHO spread and the D4 RINs. So prices are starting to separate there slightly. It'll probably come back, but let's just get into the weather. So this is just a 7-day outlook. You can see that the looks like the prairies are going to be fine as this ridge rider basically creates a bit of a block in the middle of the central U.S. where there's a lot of grain growing in there, and it's creating like a heat bubble there as well. And there's less than half an inch of possible rainfall in that area because of that ridge. Subsoil moistures over the next 14-day period looks like it's going to hurt things, especially if there is tasseling going on in corn and soybeans as well. You're going to be hurting some of the flowering, you name it. So here's just a bit of a flash, and you can see these lighter colors seem to be concentrated here, and then as we get into 2 weeks, it seems to go farther south. Here's your dryness or your soil moisture map. There is some shifting here. So this is a European model, and I don't know which model is going to be correct, but it still shows a fair bit of drought and low soil moisture in those areas there, or decreasing. Still the same map basically for the soil moisture. Quick look at the market here. Canola is down. It's had a really good run, but it's down $3.80 as I speak here. Rapeseed is down as well. Soybean oil is unchanged basically, and crude oil is up another couple bucks now. We're touching the $80 barrel. Soybeans down 7 3/4 cents at 11.87. If you need to catch up on or get another percentage sold there on soybeans, I'd be looking at locking in some prices there with our if we need that movement in the fall there. Spring wheat currently trading around 6.51 on September and 6.73 on December. Hard red winter is down 6 3/4 cents as well. It's 6.59, and Chicago at 6.29, down 5.5. Milling wheat down slightly as well. Canadian dollar is slightly up, and just have a quick look here. You can see that we're trading into that the 23.6 retracement value, and it looks like we're kind of taking a pause here. Now, that's not to say that we won't hit the top and then come back down, but we'll have to see if the weather actually will impact the Canadian crops here as well. We're definitely trading alongside the soybeans and a little bit of renewable fuel security there as well. But here's your rapeseed. Um, got to that line, and now it's looks like some sort of resistance there. That's for sure. So soybean oil didn't have the same market move up, but it's trading just above the medium term moving average. Soybean futures tried to get to that same retracement, full retracement right back up to its highs, but it didn't. It failed to get there, and now trading lower as well. Palm oil is basically trading in the middle of that range. This is your conflict here, and it's still green today. Your diesel fuel futures are trying to get back into those highs that were made back in May. Still not getting to the highs that were made right at the in April of the war there. When you look at the September month, it's actually making new highs from its previous highs there. Gasoline still creeping up there as well. Canadian dollar, it looks like it's going to try to recover here. We'll have to see how this all plays out here. U.S. dollar index still just right above that $100 index right now. And one of the other complexes in that U.S. dollar index is euro. So euro is one of the stronger, or the making up that index. It's one of the highest percentages there. So here's your 1 year U.S. government bonds. So it's been a pretty steady increase since March. You would say the same thing here, but this is going back in a fair bit of time on your 30-year bond. So I'm just looking back on the front month of Minneapolis here, and this long line was drawn because of other areas where it's been, and it's basically retraced from there. When you look at it on the front month, it did not get through, so that's acting as a resistance for sure. But when you look at it on the try to put that same line in, it's right at the medium-term moving average, and it's retraced from there for now. It needs to get above there. And then use that as your support. Kansas, just looking back again, and it's above its previous highs in that same kind of timeline that the Minneapolis, when I looked at it in its chart. Same thing, that same line, just looking a little bit closer here. And Chicago, when you look at it, it's above that line as well. So corn is, or the Minneapolis wheat is the laggard from previous history. Corn futures, you can see the November contract here. So when you put in previous lows here on this line here, it got to there and it's retraced.